people are now living in a bubble of misinformation, because all of us wake up in the morning and go to our misinformed bubble to consume our news. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
Disinformation is an urgent global topic and was the focus of discussion in the Caucasus at the second Shusha Global Media Forum.
I think it's important that we come up with ways to counter it, and the best way to do that is to engage in discussions and come up with ways through which we can counter this threat, in the sense that it doesn't pose a greater threat to future generations.
The three-day event was attended by more than 150 guests and 82 media institutions, and is a platform for joint discussion and action in the global media arena. A risk assessment globally of disinformation's reach and the policies needed to bolster the resilience of societies was high on the agenda.
Social media speed is very high because there is no fact-checking, and professional media outlets and professional journalists should also compete with that. They are also becoming a part of the disinformation. As a government, we should protect professional media and professional media outlets. We should also provide a broader platform for the real discussion on that, and what could be new parameters for fighting effectively against disinformation.
The fake news media, turn your cameras, please.
Despite being a phrase used throughout history, the term fake news went mainstream and was a dictionary word of the year in 2017, thanks largely to Donald Trump's presidential campaign the year before. Its continued rise was a topic that dominated conversations.
I think one thing is clear, that disinformation, misinformation, fake news is on the rise across the world, and discussions like these are of paramount importance, because here we have countries, more than 49 countries, and all representatives are discussing ways to counter disinformation, because if we don't do it now, the threat posed by disinformation is only going to get worse in the future. So discussions like these are of paramount importance.
These false narratives, they really are very damaging. It's not only damaging the reputation, it damages countries' business potential, investment opportunities. It distracts attention from international community to the core issues which the country is facing.
Safety checks within newsrooms, regulation and the importance of trust and integrity with audiences was flagged by many of the guest speakers.
As journalists, it's not our responsibility to change people's minds. We are there to report. I get wary when you start hearing people of my age talking regulation and changing the current situation, because this is a discussion we thought people are actually really shaping the current narrative of what's going on. So we need to invite more people, particularly young people, to come and be part of this discussion.
Technology and guardrails, especially when it comes to AI potential, was also debated at the forum, with some representatives saying it's a battle that will continue to challenge society.
We may see governments coming together, signing up on a document, creating a code of conduct. I wouldn't put too much stock on it because they cannot control it. Today, even in the things that we know, cyber threats, all right, which happen every day, hacking on a monstrous basis, on an everyday basis, and people are trying to fight it. You find a weapon, there's a counter weapon the next day. Are we successful? It's a battle. It's not going to end, so say, okay, we now have the silver bullet, will end cyber threats. And likewise, a silver bullet, they will say, this will make sure that AI is used only properly, ethically, for the public good. Good luck.
As the countdown to COP29 increases pace, the climate conference organisers are hoping that the media community will benefit from an inclusive media and press strategy.
Our strategy is very clear that we want to be inclusive, and we will do our best to communicate with media within our milestones, to share our pathways, to share our news with them. Our work to media communities, that we are open to communication, and because they are a big part of this overall conversation. Journalists need to be informed about the initiatives, about the pathways, about the step that we are making as the presidency.
Continued dialogue and openness across the media sector looks set to strengthen the foundations for journalists around the globe as they overcome industry challenges.